It's Cole with another Back to Basics. Today we're going to be talking about something that is really kind of in the name of all role-playing games, and that is role-playing and what that actually means. So let's break it down and kind of give a definition, if we can, for role-playing. It's not throwing dice on the table. It's not coming up with a silly name or talking in a funny accent. Role-playing is when you are thinking about how your character that you're taking on the persona of, that you're controlling, how they see the world and how they would respond to the world. Now, it's really important here to point out a common pitfall, and that is that somebody at the table wants to do something awful and they're going to blame their character for that awful thing. That's not okay. Don't do that. Don't just do awful things and say, well, it's what my character would do. No, that's a lousy excuse. You have to remember also that everybody else is playing at the table. And if you're going to be doing something that's directly harmful to everybody else at the table, you should pause and say, hey guys, I know this is really going to hurt the party. I understand that, but it's also really important that my character needs to do this thing. And if it's not really important that your character does this specific thing, then don't do it. Like, it will ruin your table. It will not be fun for people at the table. So unless it's not super important to that character, then don't do it. And if you must do something that's really awful, then talk to your table about it first and say, hey, this is where I'm coming from. Give them background, give them that knowledge. It's okay to step out of the game for a second to do that, because I think everybody else at your table will have a much better time if you explain why you're going to be doing something that is harmful to the entire party. Right? And if your answer is just because I want to be that guy. Well, just because I want to be that guy. Don't be that guy. You know? Don't be that guy. Okay, going back to it. Whenever you're trying to take on the role of a character, then you want to be thinking from their perspective and their motivations. You can think about their background. You can think about the previous experiences, the things that have occurred to them, and factor that in when you're playing the game. You should also try to visualize what it's like to be in that person's body, to take, a walk in their shoes for a moment. So at its core, role-playing is a fundamentally empathetic activity. You're trying to think about how other people feel and think and behave when you're really getting into it. Now, you can also do a bunch of other things too. You can take on an accent, you can dress up, and all those things are fun. But I think fundamentally, it's about trying to think about how this character would respond in this scenario. And if you really let that seep in, if you really try to take on the character, I think you'll find a lot of growth and a lot of empathy, and you'll find it quite rewarding. Now, something that I've noticed recently when I was role-playing, that there is also another end of the spectrum that's totally okay too. So you can be totally immersed in the character, and on the other end, you can be thinking about everything from a tactical position. And how do I want my characters to be moving around the board? And you're not really thinking about the characters and what they would be doing. You're kind of playing it at a meta level. And I'm not here to tell you that that is a wrong way to play. It's definitely not a wrong way to play. It's just a different way of playing. And if you're somebody who is 100% roleplay all the time, no tactical, I'm only going to be doing what that player would be doing, what that character would be doing in that scenario based on what I think they would be doing, that's totally valid too. But maybe try to think about some tactical ways as well. How could your character be doing things in a more tactical sense, kind of with the knowledge that you have? So it's kind of antithetical to what I was saying earlier, but maybe try it out. Or maybe on the other end, if you're totally tactical, totally thinking about them from the perspective of puppets, and we're just controlling them as they move through the scenario, maybe try to take on their aspects as well. And understand that you can shift your perspective during play from totally puppety and totally immersed in that character, and you can be somewhere in between. It's kind of like this spectrum of puppeting versus immersive role play. Now, I don't mean immersive like you're really bringing everybody in. It doesn't have to be a group thing necessarily. It's more of an individual perspective thing. And it's something just to keep track of, especially if you get really, really attached to your characters and what goes on at the table. That's something to think about for your own inner peace and reflection. And maybe it's not good for you to do that. Maybe it is. If you're finding that you're struggling with emotions and stuff that happens at the table, maybe go talk to someone, go talk to a psychiatrist, go talk to your friends and kind of talk it out. Like, you shouldn't have to feel negative feelings at the table all the time, and they definitely shouldn't be hurting, how you work in everyday life. I should also point out, I am not a psychologist or anything like that, so I kind of don't know what I'm talking about here. And I'll leave it at that.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you like fantasy tabletop role-playing games? Do you really like them? Want a new one? Check out Along the Ley Line, an all-new fantasy tabletop role-playing game with elegant mechanics and a brand new magic system. Check it out today.
Okay. We're talking about role-playing and taking on the perspective of other people, and I think it's beneficial to do so. I think also one other thing you can do, instead of just trying to gain how other people are feeling, you can also think about how you want to be and the things that you're aspiring to do. And this is sort of the beauty of heroic fantasy, is that you're taking on this idealized version of yourself. And that can help you realize that you are brave and that you are strong and that you are smart and you can go do it and you can achieve and you can succeed. And that can really be empowering. It can be empowering to a lot of people. And so if you feel like you want to improve somewhere, maybe try to tie that into your role playing somehow and imagine yourself as being that idealized version. And who knows, maybe you'll find that in the real world, you feel braver and stronger and smarter, because you will be. Well, thanks for watching this video. Hope you like and subscribe and share it with your friends or something. Anyway, I hope all your games are full of dread and laughter.